What is going on, Mousetrap? It is Teslamouse here, the coach of the Charlotte Beagles of the Valhalla Pokemon League, the VPL, and this is week 2, and we are in the team builder phase. So this week we're taking on Esquilo of the Juventeis, and he, as you can see, has a pretty formidable roster that he managed to draft. I'm going to turn on the music a little bit. My opponent has the following: Clefable, Weavile, Alakazam, Vaporeon, Mega Aggro, Manchow, Typhlosion, Spiritomb, Druddigon, Sandslash, Leafeon, and Electabuzz. He actually previously had Hoopa C, but he traded it for a Spiritomb, or he replaced it with a Spiritomb as a free agent. So, yeah, my girlfriend won't be able to say, "Are you surprised?" when I face Hoopa C in battle, unfortunately for her. But yeah, this is week 2, and we have quite an extensive amount of team prep to do here, because he has a lot of threats. He has Clefable, he has Weavile, he has Alakazam, which is the fastest thing on his team. He has Vaporeon, he has Mega Aggron, Manchow, Typhlosion, Spiritomb, Druddigon, Sandslash, Leafeon, and Electabuzz. Now, when we look at his team as roster, the first thing that sticks out to me is he only has one form of entry hazard control. That one form of entry hazard control is Sandslash, being a rapid spinner. He does not have any other mons that can clear away hazards. No defoggers and no other rapid spinners. He does have a few Pokemon that can set rocks too. He has Clefable, that can set rocks. Mega Aggron, he can set rocks. Druddigon can set rocks, and Sandslash can set rocks. So basically what I want to do is I want to go over what I am planning to bring. I have mons ready for almost every situation I can think of. The biggest threat on his team is going to be the Mega Alakazam, not the Mega, but the regular Alakazam. And the reason why it's going to be such a big threat is because it is literally the fastest Pokemon on the roster. And I don't have anything that can outspeed it on my roster. So my goal here is to get it down to enough HP where I can priority Bullet Punch with Mega Metagross and take it out. But let's go over the team real quick, guys. I am bringing the following mons. I am bringing my physically defensive Rotom with the moves Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, Will-O-Wisp, and Pain Split. I do have to be wary though when going for Will-O-Wisp because I've watched his videos, his battles in the TBU, the Battle Union of Season 3, and it's got me quite a bit of useful information from it. One particular thing that stands out is the fact that he loves to run Facade on his Druddigon. So while Will-O-Wisping his Druddigon may seem at first, I have to remember he does have a tendency to run Facade on his Druddigon, and a Facade from a Druddigon will fucking hurt when a Druddigon is burned. The next thing I have to remember is that he drafted Togekiss in the TBU, so he knows all the ins and outs. He knows what to expect from a Togekiss. He knows it could be a defogger. He knows I could go for the Paraflinch strategy. He knows I could go for like a Nasty Plot strat. So we also have to be careful. We're still going to bring Togekiss though, because I do feel that Togekiss is going to be pretty essential here. But Rotom Wash is going to be with Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, Will-O-Wisp, and Pain Split, is designed to wall out the Weavile, the let's see, the Typhlosion even, the Sandslash, and the Druddigon to an extent. Let's go over some calcs though. I want to figure out what a full-blown eruption from Typhlosion will do to a Rotom Wash. So let's go for Rotom Wash. Run the good old-fashioned calcs, basically defensive pivot. Versus Typhlosion. I'll go for choice specs here. Typhlosion, eruption from a full-powered choice specs Typhlosion will do about 51.2 to 60.8%. Has a 94.1% chance of 1 to 2 hit KO after leftovers recover. Whereas for us, Hydro Pump, non-invested, will have a 75% chance of 1 hit KO. So Rotom Wash, even though it's a physically defensive wall in this battle, will be a good wall to the Typhlosion, because he can go for Eruption, then get some Pain Split off, and his Eruption will be weaker because he'll be at less HP. Now, if he's a Choice Scarf one, Eruption does even less. It does about 40.3% chance, 40.3% damage max. Yeah, so Rotom Wash can wall out stuff, or well, can deal with his Weavile, his Vaporeon, his Manchow, his Typhlosion, his Druddigon, his Sandslash, So it can basically take care of about 5 mons on his team, so Room Motion is going to be very essential to this battle. I do still have to remember not to Will-O-Wisp the Druddigon, or try to avoid him switching his Druddigon in on a Will-O-Wisp, if at all possible, because, again, in the TBU, he has been known to run Facade and his Druddigon, and I have to be very wary of that. Next, we are bringing Card Trooper the Mega Metagross with the following moves: Iron Head, Bullet Punch, Zen Headbutt, and I was originally going to bring Substitute. I'm going to tell you why I was going to bring Substitute. The reason is, if he has Clefable out versus my Mega Metagross, and I know he's going to switch out, he's not going to keep Clefable in on a Mega Metagross, so I can at least take that turn to set up a Substitute. He'll switch into Aggron, or Spiritomb, or even Typhlosion, and I can have some free hits off on it. I was actually not going to run Zen Headbutt, I was actually going to run Earthquake instead of Zen Headbutt originally, so... Yeah, so I can get Earthquake off on the Typhlosion, I can get Earthquake off on the Aggro while staying pretty behind the Substitute. I can avoid a Will-O-Wisp from Spiritomb while behind the Substitute and get some Iron Heads off. Now, while that is a great idea, I am no longer feeling confident about Substitute because if he brings the Vaporeon, I have nothing to hit Vaporeon significantly hard. I mean, Iron Head and Bullet Punch are stab, but they're resisted by Vaporeon. On top of Vaporeon already being built physically defensive, that's what they typically are. Earthquake, while being a huge damage move, is not stab, so it won't hit Vaporeon that hard. So I'm going to take Substitute out and actually put in Zen Headbutt here, because Zen Headbutt will do a decent amount of damage to Vaporeon, at the very least, being that stab and boosted by Tough Claws. I want to actually run a Calc here, so we'll go Mega Metagross, All-Out Attacker, and then we'll go with Vaporeon here. Yu Wish set, which is a physical defensive set. Now, Zen Headbutt will do 40.6 to 48.4% to a Vaporeon, whereas Earthquake will actually not do much at all. It'll do 26.8 to 31.6%. So I want Earthquake to be my only offensive move to use against the Vaporeon. So I need Zen Headbutt. Unfortunately, I have to nix the idea of Substitute because, while it is a great idea, and I can get a free sub up when I'm expecting to switch, it's just not practical. Not with the lack of a good hitting move on the Vaporeon. We're not running Hammer Arm, obviously, so we'll just replace that with Bullet Punch. We'll replace Meteor Mash with Iron Head, because we're not going to run Meteor Mash and miss. If he switches in Aggron, Mega Aggron, you use Curse, which I think is the most defensive. Earthquake will be a Fort KO. Now, we're going to try to get him on the switch with an Earthquake, so let's go for an Aggron here. Yu Tank, we'll say, because why not? And if we catch the Aggron on with a switch of an Earthquake, it'll do 76.8 to 92.6% damage. And it could possibly finish off with a second Earthquake even when he Mega Evolves. So you want to hit that Aggron in on the switch, and that's why I have Earthquake on the Metagross. Plus, you guys will notice his team does not have any ground immunities at all. Unless he runs some sort of Air Balloon, he's not going to be avoiding an Earthquake from either a Hexorus or a Mega Metagross. So we got Mega Metagross to deal to Clefable, to deal to Weavile, to finish out the Alakazam after we get enough damage off on it, to deal with the Manchow, kind of to deal with the Sandslash, but not really. We can take care of the Leafeon, because Leafeon can't really do anything to our Mega Metagross barring a knockoff, and that still wouldn't do enough damage significantly, so let's check the calcs on that one. I don't believe he's going to bring the Leafeon at all, but just in case he does. Let's go PU Swords Dance. Knockoff will do about a maximum of 37.4% damage to the Mega Metagross. If he's at +2, it could sting. It won't even be a one-hit KO if he's at +2 after a Swords Dance. Iron Head and Zen Headbutt will both do 54.2 to 65% damage to the Leafeon. So we can get a 2-hit KO off on the Leafeon, which is wonderful. Let's go for a Choice Banded Leafeon. Choice Banded Leafeon here. Again, Knockoff will do a maximum of 59.3% damage. And again, we can 2-hit KO. Mega Metagross is going to be faster, so it doesn't even matter. We'll just two-shot the Leafeon. No problem at all. Another thing that I have concerns about is the Sandslash. Now, let's go with Sandslash. We'll go NU offensive spin since that's the only thing that the showdown calculator has. Earthquake will be a 2-hit KO on the Mega Magros, but again, we will outpace the Sand Slash. Zen Headbutt and Iron Head will both be a 2-hit KO on the Sand Slash. We're obviously in this situation going to go for the Iron Head because it won't miss, despite the fact that both Iron Head and Zen Headbutt have the same base power. So again, we can 2-shot the Sand Slash, no problem at all. He'll get like 70.9 to 85.1% damage off on us if he's lucky and doesn't flinch. So I do believe this would be the best course of action here, and yeah. So we're going to run Card Trooper, the Mega Magros, with Iron Head, Bullet Punch, Earthquake, and Zen Headbutt. We have Iron Head and Bullet Punch as stab, Bullet Punch being priority, Earthquake for coverage, to take care of the Electabuzz, to take care of the Aggron, the Hex, I mean not the Hex, the Typhlosion. I want to calc what it does to an Electabuzz though. Let me see, what do we got for Electabuzz here? EVLite PU. So Earthquake will be a roll. It has a 50% chance of 1-hit KO the Electabuzz. I don't know if Electabuzz can learn Flamethrower. I'm going to go ahead and check Electabuzz's move pool. I'm not entirely sure it can. Because if it can't, then that means that he doesn't really have any coverage to the Mega Magros. Can he get Earthquake maybe? Alright, so it doesn't look like it gets Earthquake or Flamethrower here. I think it gets Fire Punch at best. So let's suppose, for the sake of argument, he is running a physical Electabuzz. We'll take the EVs off of the special attack. We'll add them to the attack. We'll run Jolly. And then we'll go with Fire Punch. Fire Punch will be a 3-hit KO at best. It'll do 29.6 to 36.1% to the Metagross. If he's lucky, he'll score a burn, and that'll cripple our Mega Metagross for the rest of the battle. Unless we have a Cleric on our roster, on our team this week, which we very well might. So, Mega Metagross is what we're going with for the set. Again, Iron Head, Bullet Punch, Earthquake, Zen Headbutt. Same EV spread as last time. 252 attack, 252 speed, 4 defense. Yeah. Next up, we are running Kill the Electros. We are not running a physical Electros like last week. We are running a special attacking one. I have so far on it the moves Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, Dragon Pulse, and Giga Drain. 252 HP, 4 defense, 252 special attack, modest nature. We have Thunderbolt as stab. We have Flamethrower to cover the Mega Aggron. We have Dragon Pulse to deal with the Dredagon, and we have Giga Drain to deal with the Sand Slash. The reason why we are running a special attacking Electros this week is so Electros does not take any unnecessary damage from Dredagon's Rough Skin and Rocky Helmet, as that he might break that potential set. We have Dragon Pulse. So let's run some calcs here. Electros, are you Assault Vested? And that was not a question. I was just reading off what set it was. We'll put 4 defense EVs here. A modest nature. We're going to go with Dragon Pulse and Thunderbolt. This is the exact set that we're going to be running today. And we are going to put Dredagon in the system. We'll go with the most defensive set possible. That's what we're going to do when we calc stuff that against things like could potentially be walls. Is that we run input the most defensive set possible in the showdown calculator. So we're going to go with, I want to say, are you touching it will kill you. So we'll go with that set. Dragon Pulse will be a 3-hit KO at the very least. Well, a 3-hit KO. Obviously, with this Dredagon set, it's not going to be able to do much, but I don't think he's going to run Rest and Sleep Talk on it. There'd be no point. So we'll go for Stealth. We'll go with Stealth Rocks. We'll go with possibly Dragon Claw. And let's assume that he is... Well, Dragon Claw will do him a 3-hit KO as well, but our Electros should be faster than Dredagon, assuming it does not speed invest it. I mean, he very well could speed creep, but I don't think that's likely. So yeah, obviously, Electros will get off the Dragon Pulses first and knock out the Dredagon before Dragon Claw will 3-hit KO if there's a 1v1 situation. Hopefully, Electros will not take any prior damage to that. Assuming he is impish though, and he's running 252 defense and 4 special defense, Dragon Pulse will be a 2-hit KO on it. Now, he very well could go impish, because he might want to wall out the Mega Aggro, the Mega Metagross, in case we do run Ice Punch, preparing for the Leafeon and the Druddigon. It's unlikely that he'll want to do that, but he very well could. So Dragon Pulse will be a 2-hit KO on the Druddigon. Now let's assume he's going to go for a Mold Breaker set, which would be really scary. Let's see. I guess we'll go with this. Level 50, the ability will be Mold Breaker. I really want to see what a Mold Breaker Earthquake will do to our Electros. I'm a little scared, I'm not going to lie. I don't think I'll run Jolly Dragon. It's not fast, there's really no reason not to run a plus speed nature. I mean a plus attack nature instead. We'll just call it 252 attack. 252 special defense. Let's go 4 speed. You know, it's 4 EVs, so it won't outspeed our Electros. And one move that he'll run is going to be Earthquake. So if he's Mold Breaker, this is something that Sarah actually pointed out to me. My girlfriend Sarah Bear 6991. She pointed out that he could run Mold Breaker Druddigon, and that would really fuck over my Rotom Wash and my Electros. But hey, Mold Breaker Druddigon's Earthquake will be at best a 2-hit KO only. 73.9 to 87.5% damage. Now, he could run Sucker Punch as well. He very well could. And that would actually finish off our Electros after an Earthquake. Now, if he's Life Orb, I do expect an Earthquake to be a 1-hit KO. He'll have a 75% chance of 1-hit KO. And if he's a Choice Band Mold Breaker Druddigon, it will be an outright 1-hit KO. So that's what we have to watch out for. I do assume that if he's going to run Druddigon, he'll run it as a defensive wall. Either physically or specially defensive. Physically to take care of a Mega Metagross and wall it out a bit, or especially defensive to wall out my special attackers. Either way, I do expect him to run Facade on this too, in case I do decide to go burn happy with my Rotom Wash. But yeah, well, you know, on second thought, look at the Alakazam, seeing how that's going to be one of my biggest threats. I want to run Discharge on Electros instead of Thunderbolt. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't like going for RNG or hoping for it, but to outspeed this Alakazam, and having to avoid scarfing stuff that I don't want to scarf, I need to paralyze the Alakazam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take Thunderbolt off and go for Discharge, which has a higher chance of paralysis. I really feel dirty doing this, but I am going to go ahead and run Discharge with a 30% chance to paralyze. It does have a little bit less base power than Thunderbolt, but we can still get a big bunch of damage off on Alakazam. And if we don't paralyze the Alakazam, then at the very least, Mega Metagross will finish off with a Tough Claws boosted Bullet Punch. Because let's run the Calcs here with Mega Metagross. OU, All Out Attacker. And we'll run Alakazam. We'll just go Life Orb here. Now we got Iron Head, Bullet Punch, and EQ. Iron Head will be a guaranteed 1-hit KO on the Alakazam, assuming it's not stashed. Bullet Punch will do 67.6 to 80.7% damage. So, bearing in mind that, Electros is Discharge to the Alakazam in conjunction with the Bullet Punch should 1-hit KO it. We are going to be in plus special attack nature with max special attack investment. We'll throw the EVs right here. So yeah, Discharge will actually, we're not running on that. Discharge will actually do 51.5 to 62.3% damage. So we should be very close to 1-hit KOing the Alakazam with Discharge and Bullet Punch combined. Psychic, fortunately, won't do more than half at best. It'll do a little bit more than half at best, like 1.5% more. Because of the Assault Vest, so we can easily take a hit. We don't really want to switch Electros in on the Alakazam, though. That's what we don't want to do. Because it won't be able to take more than 2 Psychics. Well, if he low rolls both Psychics, we can live 2 Psychics and get a Discharge off, but I don't want to bank on that one, so. Yeah, we're going to be running Discharge, hoping, unfortunately, for the Paralysis chance, because, you know, as much as I hate to be Haxy and hate to hope for hacks, it's something I really need to do here, so that's what we're going to be doing with this Discharge. Next up, we got Armed Dragon and Haxorus. We're going to be running Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Poison Jab, and Dragon Dance with the Lumberry this time. Last week we ran Dragon Fang and Taunt. Well, Dragon Fang as the item and Taunt instead of Poison Jab. This week we're running Poison Jab because of Fairies and Leafeon. We're running Lumberry in case they want to paralyze us with Clefable to try to set up on us. Or they want to burn us with Skull via Vaporeon or whatnot. Haxorus will be a Jolly Nature with max special attack, max attack, max speed, 4 defense. Let's run some calcs here for our Haxorus. Haxorus will be a UU Dragon Dance set. We're going to be running Lumberry here, because I do not trust Outrage, especially when there's a Clefable in the back. We'll run Poison Jab. Now, ironically enough, we're going to be in big trouble. If we have Haxorus out versus an Alakazam, we're going to have to hope that he low rolls Psychic. Because Psychic will have a 90 to 106.6 damage output on our Haxorus. Psychic will have a 43.8% chance of 1-hit KO. But we can go for Dragon Claw, and we can 1-hit KO with Dragon Claw, which is awesome. We have no reason not to go for EQ, because again, he has no Earthquake immunities on his team. He has no flying types. He only has things that can resist it, things that are hit neutrally by it, or things that are hit by super effectively by it. And if he switches in a non-Mega Evolved Aggron onto that Earthquake, whoa baby! That's gonna be really awesome. What would a Earthquake from a Haxorus do to a U-Tank Aggron? It would be a roll. It would have a 76.8 to 92.6 damage output on the Aggron. Be a guaranteed 2-hit KO. So he'll take a lot of damage. He'll Mega Evolve. Then he'll be finished off by an Earthquake from Haxorus, just like Mega Metagross. So yeah. Clefable, however, let's assume he is bringing Magikarp, because obviously, if he's unaware, our Poison Jab, our boosted Poison Jab will be irrelevant to him. +1 Poison Jab will do 78.2 to 92% damage to the Clefable. Clefable's Moonblast will have a 37.5% chance in 1-hit KO. So hopefully we can Dragon Dance with him switching out into Clefable, expecting a Dragon type move. If he does have the Dragon as well. It's going to be risky though, because for all we know, he could go for a Dragon Claw himself, expecting us to expect him to switch out. This is where predictions kind of get very risky here, because you're not always going to be right on your money about the predictions. So they're either going to do what you expect them to do or not what you expect them to do. But we might have to take the chance early on and go for the Dragon Dance when we predict his switch. I'm not going to leave my Dragon Claw. I am not going to go right for a Dragon Claw off the Dragon outright, because I don't think he would want to lose it that early if he had Clefable in the back. So I'll probably want to switch it out, and then we can get D-Dance off, do massive damage with Poison Jab, and hope that Moonblast doesn't kill us, and then finish it off with an Earthquake. The reason why I won't do 2 Poison Jabs on it is in case he switches Clefable out and goes in the Dragon to catch us and knock our Haxorus out Ruskin and or Rocky Helmet Recoil. So that was of course the action we're going to go for of Haxorus here. Whew. So Armed Dragon is going to be running Poison Jab instead of Taunt, and Lumberry instead of Dragon Fang this week. Now, we need a specially defensive wall aside from Electros. We need Togekiss here. And this week we are running specially defensive Togekiss. We're running Calm Nature, 252 HP, 4 defense, and 252 special defense. The moves will be Air Slash, Thunder Wave, Roost, and Heal Bell. This will not be our hazard remover this week. We'll be running as a cleric and along with the annoying Paraflinch set. Now let's go ahead and type in our Togekiss's set here. Togekiss, we will call it a special defensive wall. So we'll go level 50. We'll run Calm Nature. We will run Air Slash, Thunder Wave, Roost, and Heal Bell. We'll be running 252 HP. We'll be running 252 special defense, and of course 4 defense on the Togekiss. Versus, let's say, Typhlosion. Yeah, I know, he might not bring it against me. I know, I get that. Are you choice select, I guess we'll say. Unfortunately for us, this will not be a switch-in to Typhlosion. We cannot switch in Togekiss and take a choice specs Eruption and take another. So basically, when we're facing a choice specs Typhlosion, if we do come to that situation, we're going to have to make a sack play. We'll have our Togekiss out and hope it'll go for Eruption. We'll go for a T-Wave. We can either Roost up to try to stall the Eruptions, or we can go for Air Slash as the Paraflinch, and or reduce the amount of power that the Eruption has. That seems pretty reasonable there. It be choice Scarf and not choice Specs. The Eruption will not be a 2-hit KO, assuming we don't take prior damage. So, the Eruption will do a maximum of 46.8% to the Togekiss. We got T-Wave off. We can either go for Roost, try to Salt the Paralysis, or go for Air Slash and reduce the power of Eruption again. The good thing about having Thunder Wave is we can basically lower the speed of his fast Mons, such as Typhlosion and Alakazam. I'm really hoping this strategy works out though, because Alakazam is going to be the biggest threat. So let's find out what Alakazam would actually do to our Togekiss here. OU, Life Orb, Alakazam. Togekiss would be a switch-in. Just a second, it'll be a 3-hit KO. We're going to have to put the leftovers there, actually. Forgive me for that. Air Slash will paralyze the Alakazam, and, you know, Paraflinch if Air Slash is where we're going to be a dick like that. We have no other choice. I was actually debating running a Nasty Plot set with Flamethrower and Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam for the Spiritomb and Flamethrower for the Aggron. But overall decided against it because I really need the room for T-Wave. I also need Roost to heal Togekiss when needed, and I also need Heal Bell because it's going to be my only cleric. We are not going to be bringing Midnight the Umbreon this week because Clefable is a huge threat, as is Mancho. And while Umbreon does wall out certain other things, it won't be able to do much to Aggron, won't be able to do much to Vaporeon itself, won't be able to do anything to really Typhlosion unless we make it especially defensive. It can deal Sand Slash to a certain extent. We can taunt the Dragon because Umbreon does get taunt. It can somewhat deal with Leafeon. I don't know how well it will take a boosted X-Scissor from Leafeon. It can deal with the Weavile barring low kick. But honestly, the only things I'll be foolproof against is maybe the Weavile. Everything else is kind of a toss-up there, especially Alakazam, because it can carry Focus Blast or Dazzling Gleam. Granted, I'm sure Umbreon can take like 1 or 2 Dazzling Gleams from Alakazam and fire back with Foul Play, but I don't want Umbreon to be set fodder for Clefable. Like, I don't want him to switch Clefable in on my Umbreon and force me to switch out. Let's give him a turn to set like Calm Mind or something. That would not be good for us. So we're going to leave Umbreon behind. We're not using it as a cleric this week, but yeah. Taking Umbreon's place from last week is going to be Michelin the Dawn Fan. This will be our hazard controller of the battle this week. We're going to be running a physically defensive set with Earthquake, Ice Shard, Rapid Spin, and Stealth Rock. Impish Nature, 252 HP, 252 defense, 4 special defense, leftovers with Sturdy, obviously. I don't see the merit in running Rocky Helmet. I do want some recovery in case you switch into rocks. And you get the Sturdy back. Obviously, Earthquake is Stab. Nothing on this team is immune to Earthquake. We have Ice Shard for priority if we really need it. We have Rapid to clear away the hazards. We do have to watch out for the Spiritomb though. I mean, the Spiritomb can C-block our spin and get a Will-O-Wisp off on the Donphan. Maybe I might want to run a Play Rough instead of Ice Shard, or even Stealth Rocks, because I don't really need Stealth Rocks that much. I mean, it won't break Alakazam's possible stash, because any player worth their salt will run Magic Guard Alakazam and not Synchronize, unless they can't get into Magic Guard Alakazam for some strange reason. We can kind of take hits from Weavile, I'm guessing. So let me put it in. Let me run some Calcs to this Donphan here. We'll run Defensive Spinner. We'll take out the 4 attack. We'll run 4 there. We'll run Ice Shard instead of Knockoff. And we'll put Weavile. I'll let Attacker Weavile. Let's see what the damage is here. Weavile's Icicle Crash will do a 2-hit KO, so we can't really switch in Donphan on a Weavile. Earthquake will be a 2-hit KO as well. So 1v1, Weavile is most likely going to win. So obviously, we don't want to keep Donphan in on a Weavile. That would be really bad. But we do want Rocks on a Donphan, so we set them up around and hinder the Typhlosion and the Weavile. And even set Rocks so we can pay attention to see if the Clefable is Magic Guard or unaware. Let's go with Manshell though. Manshell. Let's go UU Life Orb. A high jump kick from Manshell will be a roll. It will be a 3.1% chance of 2-hit KO after Leftovers recovery. Obviously, if it sees our Donphan as a threat and doesn't want to risk missing the high jump kick, they'll probably switch Manshell out and regain some HP with Regenerator, so we can't really 2-hit KO him that way. But at the very least, if he does have Manshell out, and we really need to get Rocks away, we can just go for the Rapid Spin, assuming his Ghost type is down. We do have to be vigilant that he could have a Spiritomb on his team to cock block our Rapid Spin. Which, while one could argue that Defog would be the better idea here, I already explained why I can't run Defog on Togekiss. We need Air Slash, we need Thunder Wave to slow down the faster threats, we need Roost to recover the HP for a Togekiss, and we need to heal Bell to clear stuff away, because there are big threats here. We got Will-O-Wisp on Spiritomb. We have a possible Thunder Wave from Mega Aggron. We have a Skull Burn or Toxic from the Vaporeon. There's a lot of stats you can inflict. Even Thunder Wave from Clefable, even. A Burn from Flamethrower from Typhlosion, even. That could hurt. Glare from Druddigon. We need a Cleric to clear away those statuses that might hinder us in battle. Alright, let's look up Mega Aggron real quick. Now, I did debate on writing a weakness policy rock polish set on this Donphan. Now let's do a Beautink. Assume it's Beautink. Earthquake will be almost a 3-hit KO, a guaranteed 4-hit KO. Aggron, Mega Aggron can't really do anything back unless it's running Ice Punch. Ice Punch will be a possible 5-hit KO after Leftovers recovering. Barring a freeze or crit, we can take like 5 Ice Punches just about, and 3-hit KO the Aggron with Earthquake. Now if he's running Avalanche, I'm not sure how Showdown Calculator calculates Avalanche here. It'll be a guaranteed 3-hit KO. I mean, I don't know if that's already taking into account that Aggron went second or not. I don't know how it operates, so yeah. If you want to be weird and run Ice Beam on his Aggron, I believe it does get Ice Beam. It'll be a 3-hit KO as well. I mean, yeah, he very well could do that, although I don't think that's very likely. So yeah, we're going to be running Earthquake, we're going to be running Ice Shard for priority, Rapid Spin to get rid of the hazards, Stealth Rocks to put hazards out to basically do chip damage on stuff, hinder the Weavile that could be sashed, deal with Typhlosion, even help us scout and see if that Clefable is Magic Guard or unaware. So, we're going to be running a physically defensive set this week. I could run Play Rough to deal with the Spiritomb, but I don't think Play Rough will be anything less than a 2-hit KO on the Spiritomb. So let's review what we're running this week. Rotomox physically defensive with Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, Will-O-Wisp, and Pain Split with the leftovers. Bold Nature, 248 HP, 252 defense, and 8 speed. I don't know why I'm running 8 speed EVs. It's just in standard set they run. They copy off a small gun. I could put the investment into special defense, but I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference. Mega Metagross with Iron Head, Bullet Punch, Zen Headband, Earthquake, 252 attack, 252 speed, 4 defense. Jolly Nature with obviously its Mega Stone. Electros with Discharge to try to paralyze the Alakazam. Flamethrower to deal with the Mega Aggron and Leafeon. Dragon Pulse to deal with the Druddigon, and Giga Drain to take care of the Sand Slash. 252 HP, 4 defense, 252 special attack with an Assault Vest on it. It can take a Psychic from Alakazam and fire it back with a Discharge. So yeah. Armed Dragon to Haxorus. Dragon Claw, EQ, Poison Drag, Dragon Dance. Lumberry, because they want influx stats like Burn or Toxic or Thunder Wave, or anything else that they might get to throw at us. Yeah, 252 attack, 252 speed, 4 defense. Jolly Nature. Milkman, the Togekiss, Air Slash, Thunder Wave, Roost, and Heal Bell. It'll be our cleric, our designated cleric this week. 252 HP, 4 defense, 252 special defense will be Calm Nature. Leftovers, of course. And Michelin the Dawn Fan. Earthquake, Ice Shard, Rapid Spin, Stillfrog, 252 HP, 252 defense, 4 special defense, Impish Nature with leftovers on it. So, looking at his team, the 6 I'm predicting him to bring, it's really hard to decide which he could bring. But if I was him, I would probably bring the Clefable, the Weavile, the Alakazam, the Sand Slash. He has no other choice than to bring the Sand Slash, because that's his only form of hazard control. The Mega Aggron to wall out the Mega Metagross, and possibly the Vaporeon for cleric, to be a cleric in addition to Clefable, or just threaten Mega Aggron out with a burn. The Typhlosion deal heavy damage with as a lead with Choice Specs or Choice Scarf, or even Druddigon as hazard setting. I mean, I'm not sure which of those last Pokemon he's gonna bring, but I'm definitely banking on him bringing Clefable, Weavile, Alakazam, a Mega Aggron, and Sand Slash this week. So I feel that we're pretty prepared. We're as prepared as we can be against him, and we're gonna go into this match with guns blazing, arms swinging, and we're gonna do our absolute best to take care of him. And hopefully our plan works here. But yeah, thank you all for watching this video. Sorry I rambled on quite a bit, but this team builder will be uploaded on Monday, next Monday, not during the week that the match is taking place, because that's a rule in the league. We have to upload our team builders and the actual battle the week after it happens. So this team builder will be uploaded on week 3 for Monday, and the battle itself will be uploaded on Wednesday, 2 days after that. So guys, if you want to see more fantastic Draft League action, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Also, let me know what your favorite strategy of mine is for this week's match. If you think it'll fail, think it'll work, if you have any other ideas. Obviously, I can't really do anything about it because my team is set in stone when you guys see this. But hey, at least I can learn from, my mistakes here, or learn from your advice and whatnot. But yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I want to support the Charlotte Beatrels, and I will catch you on the flip side. And remember, stay salty, Rage Quitters. Stay salty. Whoop whoop!